Championships were defended. Superstars made statements. The NBA front office are making blockbuster trades, blockbuster moves, while the LeBron James destination is still in question again. The WWE is on the road to the biggest party of the summer, and the World Cup has entered its most exciting stage yet, the knockout rounds. So if you're a sports fan, this is the one of the best weeks of the year. And that and much more on episode 35 of Bishop's Breakdown. So let's break that down. Hey everyone, it's Bishop. I got something special for you today. On the next bonus episode, I'm breaking down the top 4 teams in college basketball, giving you my insider's take and predictions you won't hear anywhere else. Plus, I'll dive into Vince Russo and John Cena's AEW talk and why he's crazy. No fluff, just straight analysis. This episode is exclusive to my Patreon supporters. For just a few bucks a month, you got bonus episodes like this, exclusive merch, and even a chance to ask me questions directly on a live Q&A session. So if you want in, join the crew now. The link will be in the description, and I'd love to have you on board and make sure you never miss the inside scoop. So break that down. So welcome back. This is Bishop, your host for episode 35. So let's talk Night of Champions, which shouldn't have been called Night of Champions since there's only 3 titles being defended. But I'll give them that. They're all in Saudi, and Saudi Arabia wants what they want because they're paying them billions of dollars to be there for, 10 years? And that should be coming up real soon. I think a little bit after next year's WrestleMania, either they renew that contract or they get a step in because these shows are just not a thing. Like, it's not a thing anymore. It just feels like they tell the crown prince and the king or whoever they are, and what do y'all want? It's like they're playing with toys like Tony Khan does sometimes in AEW. But it was a one-trick pony, honestly. I mean, even the first 2 matches of the night, Io Sky, Liv Morgan for the Queen of the Ring finals, and then the King of the Ring finals, you got main event Jey Uso and the ruler Obafemi. Those were okay matches. They would have been great matches if they were on like Raw or SmackDown, but this is a Night of Champions, and they were all right. They were fine. I mean, the right winners won, which I'm okay with because I went 100% on the predictions. But the main event is what made this show go from a snore fest, a boring show, into a pretty eventful night. And that being said, Sami Zayn, yes, that Sami Zayn, is your new WWE undisputed heavyweight champion. Let that sink in. He's been in this company for over 10 years. And this is his first major, big title. And he won the WWE Championship before his best friend Kevin Owens did. That's kind of a big deal right there. He beat Cody Rhodes. He beat Gunther. Granted, he won on a roll-up. And I haven't checked spoilers. I know they filmed the 4th of July weekend SmackDown, which is going back to 2 hours. Can I get a hooray? But I don't know what they did on that show because I'm staying far, far away from spoilers. So I don't know what they did on that show and whatever. But on Raw, it just seems Jey Uso's going to show up because he sat down on Raw saying, my boy over there, Sami Zayn, got a title, so I can get a title shot, right? Dumb, whatever. Bloodline's going to be on both shows. Get used to it. That's how it was for the last 6 years. What's another 6 more years or 100? But also congratulations to Obafemi, King of the Ring. Duh. Main event Jey Uso didn't need to be King of the Ring. I'm going to tell you that. It just unless Brock Lesnar showed up and interfered, which he didn't, which I was shocked. No interference in both of the King of the Ring or Queen of the Ring match. Io's your Queen of the Ring. She already said who she going after. I thought she was going to go after her friend. Don't know what's going on with Rhea. Don't know if she's going to be medically clear. Don't even know what she's really injured with. Don't know if they're going to strip the title and crown a new champion at main event, Saturday night's main event at Madison Square Garden later next month. But I don't know what they're going to do about her title. I assumed it was going to be her versus Charlotte. Don't know if that's going to happen. Haven't seen Rhea in feels like forever. They just said she's hurt. They haven't really said what they're going to do about it. And SummerSlam is the biggest party of the summer. They say it every year. They say it every week. So my predictions for the main event matches, we already know 2 of them. So we got Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. They had a pretty decent interaction. You know, when you speak the truth, I feel like that's more of a zinger than making up crap. Roman hasn't beat Seth. Seth's always been that guy to stick it to Roman every time he turns around. Look at WrestleMania 40 when Cody finished the story. If it wasn't for Roman's hate for Seth Rollins, Cody wouldn't have finished the story because he would have hit him with the chair instead of trying to hit Seth Rollins with the chair. So I'm just saying, Seth's got a point. You know, when he did the biggest cash in WrestleMania history and took his main event with Brock Lesnar and made it a triple threat and pinned him for the 1, 2, 3 and took the title from Roman, or took his title chance from Roman. You know, I mean, it's still a little early for predictions, but I think Roman's going to beat Seth. Especially the way they were talking on Monday. You never beat me. You can't beat me. Blah, blah, blah. Well, there's a time for everything. Everybody gets beat sooner or later. Second match. Again, I didn't watch spoilers, so I could be way off. But CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes. Somehow Cody gets the title back before SummerSlam, or Punk gets the title, or it's a number 1 contenders match. But I feel CM Punk and Cody Rhodes is a high-profile match. Then you got Oba versus Brock 3. You know, Brock's hometown. That's already been official. And like the ruler said, I put my title shot to the side because I got to deal with the Beast first. And the Beast was like, "Oh, you want me, bruh? Hell in the Cell." All right. I can't wait. How many F5s he going to take? How many fall from graces is Brock's going to take? It's going to be a barn burner for sure. And then we already know Io Sky is challenging Liv Morgan for her women's championship. And then if Rhea's clear, Rhea versus Charlotte for the other women's heavyweight championship. That's where I'm at with that. You know, like, obviously they're going to have, more matches than that, but those seem like to be the big marquee matches from what happened on Night of Champions, what happened on Raw. Again, I don't know what happened on SmackDown. I'm avoiding spoilers and watching it live on Friday to get those observations on episode 36. So stay tuned for that. And if I have to change what my predicted matches are going to be, or rumored matches are going to be, I'll go from there and I'll just, erase, figure something out, see what they're talking about. But there are a handful of people that after Night of Champions, going into the biggest party of the summer, have no clue, 0 clue what they're going to do going forward and how they fit in the plans that WWE has for, the Big Four, one of the Big Fours. This is the summer WrestleMania, like they call it. It's 2 nights. It's a big, big party. It's in Minnesota. Like it's going to be a big deal. So starting for the top division, they ain't tag team champions. Braun Breaker lost clean to Seth Rollins. Bronson Reed still hurt. Paul Heyman seems like he's back with Brock Lesnar and said, Vision, you're on your own. Especially that's what he said to Austin Theory. When Austin Theory's like, I didn't even know you were here. Well, now you do. So skedaddle, little boy. And then L.A. Knight. Yeah. He's kind of just there spinning his wheels like he's stuck in mud or falling through the cracks and going through some quicksand, and no direction for him. He just seems to be part of the bloodline issues, part of the MFT issues, kind of in between. Is he going to team with Solo Sikoa and take on Usos? Nobody wants to see that. Now it's at SummerSlam. I mean, I guess it gets him on the card, but he needs to go after titles. He should be going after one of the heavyweight championships, but clearly he ain't going after Romans. And the SmackDown situation is going to be Punk, Cody, Sammy, Gunther. It seems kind of full over there. And Gunther might have his hands full with Nick Aldis because he put his hands on the man and he forgot that he is Magnus. If you don't know who I'm talking about, go to YouTube right here and type in the search bar TNA Magnus. And you'll see Nick Aldis is a beast in the ring. So maybe they're doing Nick Aldis versus Gunther match since he's taking a leave of absence or suspended until the investigation is over or whatever crap they like to dish your way. And with the Knight situation, like what they're doing with the Usos, they ain't doing after tag team titles. That's Street Profits got that on lock right now. So they're just spinning their wheels, not really part of the bloodline, but they are, and they're beefing with Jacob Fatu, and now what Solo Sikoa is going to do. So they're going to have a tag match, like I said earlier. Like what MFTs are doing their own thing, the Tongans and whatever, Tonga, Tonga, and Tua Tonga, whatever. They're just doing their I don't know. I don't know. And then what about the other members of Judgment Day? Raquel Rodriguez is going after Solar Ruka. She took out Maxine Dupree, pretty handily. But what about Liv is trying to say, oh, you need to take care of, Io Sky because, we got to beat her up because, we got to keep my title. And they're going to get tired of it, so sure. Roxanne's going to turn on her at SummerSlam. Boom. Somebody got turned. And then JD and Danhausen and Fanhausen and Crazyhausen and SmackDownhausen and Rawhausen and Dirty Domhausen and Nixhausen. I don't know. Just JD's wrestling Danhausen at Saturday Night's Main Event in Madison Square Garden, assuming that Jalen Brunson's going to interfere or help Danhausen win this match. But where does that go? It just seems like, I like Danhausen. He gives me like a little chuckle, like a little ha ha ha. But Dirty Dom is the AAA world champion, and he's just a joke. They're just jokes now. Like you got Liv and then everything else. And what are you gonna do with them at SummerSlam? Something, nothing, everything. Just seems like a waste of time and effort on my TV screen every single week. And I don't know what I'm going to do with that. But we're going to continue this. We're going to take a little moment for our sponsors. And so tune in a minute and we talk NBA, World Cup, and close things out because I'm Bishop. And here's an ad. I love the ads. Make sure you listen and see you in a minute. This episode is brought to you by W Energy. The clean energy drink mix built for gamers, creators, and grinders like us. No jitters, no crash, no artificial dyes, just smooth, long-lasting focus whenever I'm breaking down WWE storylines, debating NBA, or just recording late at night. It's zero sugars, packed with vitamins and nutrients, and it actually keeps you locked in without the shaky feeling. Head to w.gg and use code Bishop's Breakdown at checkout and save 10%. So level up your energy and let's get back to the breakdown. And thanks for supporting the show. Man, that guy's smart. But anyways, off the NBA trades and re-signings and dudes saying thanks, but I'm out of here. And that person is LeBron James. Rich Paul, his agent, said LeBron James is not coming back to Los Angeles. So his time as an LA Laker has come to an end. So there's a lot of rumors swirling left and right. The Warriors, back to Cleveland, who knows? But we do know one thing, though. Kawhi Leonard ain't going to be in LA either. He is officially going to be a Toronto Raptor again. Last time he did that, went from San Antonio to Toronto. Maybe like that way. He brought a title. Way different team, though. Way different team. Way different Kawhi. So, don't see that coming. I thought he was going to go back to San Antonio and play with Wembanyama. But clearly whatever the Clippers wanted, the Spurs weren't willing to give up. And I don't blame them. I mean, I know they only won one game in NBA Finals, but they got there. And I'm sure one more year under his belt, Victor Wembanyama is not going to make those same mistakes. And hopefully San Antonio, the coaching staff, don't make the same mistakes either if they get to the top. But rumor has it that LeBron James will only go to the Warriors if they could get Anthony Davis. So the Wizards just came out and said, we ain't trading Anthony Davis. We ain't picking up no phone calls. So just stop calling me, and because that ain't happening, which is peculiar. Like, not saying that they can't make money together, or they can make noise in the NBA and in Washington. But can they? I know Trae Young is hopefully he'll be 100% going into the season. He should be. Anthony Davis, hopefully he'll be 100%. But that body don't seem like it takes a lot of abuse and be able to fulfill his needs in the 82 games set, let alone going into the playoffs, deep runs. But I don't know. I mean, as of right now, without Anthony Davis over there, it would be Porzingis, Curry. You got Porzingis, Curry, Draymond, and you got Jimmy Butler and LeBron James. And on paper, yeah, but that bench looks kind of thin, though. That bench looked kind of thin. I know Draymond took exercise his his option, so they can have that extra cap space to entice the LeBron Jameses, and particularly trying to get Anthony Davis. But will LeBron James not go to the Warriors without Anthony Davis? Me personally, he should go to Cleveland. Go back to Cleveland. In your career, where you began your career. Might as well. A lot of people want to see him and Curry play together. But if they can't get a bench, they ain't making no deep runs in the playoffs, because those are some old bodies. LeBron is going to turn 41, but he's been playing since he was 18 in the league. Rumors coming out of LA that Luka didn't want him there. That's insane to hear that Luka Doncic didn't want to play with LeBron James. Not too many reports came out, I don't want to play with Kobe Bryant. I mean, besides Shaq, but that was different. They were Alpha A and Alpha A. You can't have two alphas in the same building dealing with the same, needs and wants They both wanted the ball. They both wanted to be the guy on that team. And if it's too many cooks, you got to have one guy and everybody under you. So I don't know. I don't know. Like the Lakers, it's not like they got better because they got rid of an aging LeBron James. Honestly, I think they look kind of worse. Couldn't win with LeBron. How you gonna win without him? But we'll see. Not like the West got softer. I think the West got even more stacked, especially if LeBron James stays in the West. I mean, the Suns look a little bit better. The Nuggets are going to be there. The Thunder got better. The Spurs are going to still be there. Now you got the Warriors. If they can get LeBron James, they got to deal with them. I mean, there's a lot of bottom teams like the Memphises. They got rid of Ja Morant. But he went to him and Dame time in Portland. That could be interesting too. That could be a nice little dynamic duo that Ja never had. And I think it would be beneficial for Dame coming off that injury to have another guy that he can trust with the ball. Interesting season. And it's only the beginning. I mean, it's only June 30th right now? At the time of the recording, June 30th. We got a while of ways until the Summer League starts. Then the preseason. And then we got the season. So, where do you think LeBron James? Comment below. Let me know where you think LeBron James is going. Maybe I'll put down a poll or something. But my top two teams that I think he's going to go to is either the Cavs or the Warriors. I don't see anybody else having the money. And granted, supposedly he says it's not about the money, it's about winning championships. I'm just saying, where else is he going to go that he can win a title? He's not going to New York. He's not going to play with the Knicks. I see him either going back there. I don't think he can go to the Heat either. I don't think they got enough money and they just got Giannis. So I think it's either the Warriors or Cleveland. You know what I mean? So that's the NBA though. World Cup, soccer, FIFA, knockout rounds, baby. One and done. They got extra time at the end if it's tied up after 90 minutes. Then we got shootouts. Granted, it hasn't been gone that way because they all been basically buzzer beaters. But then you got Germany getting knocked out by Paraguay. But I'm gonna tell you this, man. Mbappe is no joke. France is no joke. My final picks is still going to be France and Argentina until they can be proven wrong and kicked out of the World Cup. But my dark horse finals pick, out of left field, but in honor of America's 250th birthday coming up, England, United States, World Cup finals. That'd be something epic, something special. And I'm all for special, but not the way Mbappe's playing. Not the way Messi's playing. Don't be shocked if you see Argentina, France, part 2. Just saying. But Brazil, I see y'all. It was a 1-1 with Japan with like 4 minutes left of the game. And Brazil has a header bounce off the bottom crossbar, bounce back into the goal. I'm just saying. This is the round of 32. It's full of exciting games. it's one and done. Like I said earlier, no mistakes. You can't make a mistake in this stage of play and hope that you can get I'll win next time like you did in group play. No, you lose, you go home. You win, you move on. No turnovers in this game. No last minute heroics by the other team that you can't stop. Don't believe me? Ask Germany. Yeah, Germany. They got bounced out. So, Japan bounced out. Sweden, deuces. You know? Just saying, like, that's why the World Cup is super exciting, especially from knockout round all the way through, round 32, round of 16, round of 8, Final Four, finals. This is it. This is heart beating, drama, ice veins. And like I said, Mbappe's playing on a whole nother level. Messi's playing a whole nother level. Not sure what Ronaldo's going to do. Going to check out his game too because it's coming up. He has been kind of, he disappears in knockout rounds. He's a pedestrian. He's running cardio. And that's cool. But you can't be a GOAT if you're a pedestrian. Not in knockout rounds. Not in the where these games really matter. You lose this game, like I said, you out. There's no oops. I'll try harder next time. Yeah, in 4 years. And 4 more years, you're 4 more years older. So you got to embrace the now. Because you got Holland over there for Norway. There's a lot of stacked teams because they blew. They went through their group play and now they're putting their hats on, putting their they're tighten their bootstraps. They're getting ready for war. And if you don't appreciate that, this is the wrong sport for you. But sports is what I love. And the World Cup, FIFA, and being hosted by my home country. So I'm all for it. I'm watching as many games as I possibly can watch, as in all of them. Because they've all been exciting. Yeah, I know people don't appreciate. That's why football and soccer is not the United States' favorite pastime, except during World Cup play. But it's because the 0-0 games it's a drag. It's 90 minutes of nothingness. But at least with this knockout rounds going forward, there has to be a winner. And because there has to be a winner, because there's going to be a loser. And that loser's out, winner going on. So this is the best time to pick up your remote, turn to the games. Usually they have like 2 to 3 games a day. And check out one of the games. Check out Argentina coming up. Check out the United States coming up. Check England. Check Portugal. You won't be disappointed. I promise you that. And let me know if you do, and sound off in the comments. Let me know if you checked out some games, and are you a converter, or you want to know even more about this, the greatest sport in the world, like greatest sport in the world. For me, I love me some NFL. I love me some NBA, but I appreciate, I admire the athletes that play on that field. And there's no way around how athletic, how much stamina it takes. Like it's not an easy sport. Everyone can pick up a ball and kick it around with their feet and don't use their hands and use their part of their body. not hands, head, shoulders, whatever, just trying to get into the goal, but playing 45 minutes, get a little break, play 45 more. If it's a knockout round, or if it's you're gonna play more than that, you might, a lot more, and you going, like and it's hot out there. This is summertime. Outside right here, right in this great state of Michigan, it is 100 degrees. 100. And I'm sweating just sitting here. So imagine running up and down the field with the sun beating down on your big old forehead. So appreciate what you're seeing, because this tournament only comes 4 years. In 2 years, you got the Women's World Cup. Just check it out. And then you might like it and check out the Premier League. Check out MLS. Major League Soccer. You never know, there might be a Major League Soccer team right down the street from your house. And you just never notice it because you're oblivious to the great sport of football. So that's my PSA for today. That is episode 35. Next week, 36. By the way, I took it upon myself. I checked, and since I've been playing One Piece, checking out Magic the Gathering, I know about Pokemon, and that trading card game is everywhere. And people like to collect the cards. People like to play the game. I like to play the One Piece game as well. But then I was thinking, I love me some pro wrestling. Where's my pro wrestling TCG? Where's my WWE trading card game? I know they got Supercard on your phone, but that's nowhere near a Pokemon, a One Piece, a Magic the Gathering at all. So your boy is starting to write the rules and come up with concepts for said pro wrestling trading card game. Maybe I can, if I get it all together, make sure it works. Have some test decks, 2 of them. Test them out, 50, 100 times. During those tests, see what works, see what doesn't work. Boom, boom, boom. Change those rules. Change what's on the card. Make sure there's no overpowered card. Make sure everything has its balance. Because like Thanos said, everything in balance. And maybe, just maybe, I can pitch it to the Bandais of the world, to the Wizards that makes Magic the Gathering cards of the world. Or TKO, WWE themselves, and maybe one day you're at Target or Walmart or wherever you shop and you look over and you see a WWE trading card game made by your boy Bishop. So I got dreams, I got hopes. It's a long, long process. But once I got some physical things to show you, check the video. So, I can't do it without your support. So please follow this channel. Please hit the bell for notifications, because I will drop videos on the regular, on the random, whenever I have an idea, whenever I have something important to show the world, my audience, you guys. So I appreciate everything, and hopefully you'll come along with a ride of pro wrestling trading card game. Hopefully a WWE trading card game. Just imagine now. You got your Roman Reigns, you got your Cody Rhodes deck with your Paul Heyman as your manager card to protect him, to attack your opponent, to take them down for the 1, 2, 3. And you win the game. Maybe like I said, I got big ideas. Big tournaments can come out of this. All your friends, all the wrestling fans, all the TCG players who just like wrestling but love Magic and love Pokemon and love One Piece cards, but now they got 2 of their fandom in one thing. So keep an eye out. Bishop's doing it big. My mind's always going. I'm doing too much, but never too much. You know, I'm here to make money, so we all can eat. So this is your boy Bishop. Thanks for joining. Can't wait to do it again next week. Talking, more wrestling, talking more NBA, maybe some more blockbuster trades. Maybe LeBron James has found a team. But I will let you know as soon as I know. And like a great man once said, deuces. Ooses. And I'm out. Peace.